you are, I hope you are blessed and doing safe. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, family. Of course, I'm tuning in. You see me without the glasses off today, but if you're looking for some opportunities, particular advertisement opportunities, then look no further at the link at the bottom to my email address. You can hit me up for advertisement opportunities. We are supporting and promoting your businesses here on this channel. You can also, if you would like to donate and subscribe to our Patreon, a link is at the bottom as well. So you have multiple ways in which you can advertise with the platform by emailing me when we go on through our live stream. You also have access to premium content, those that want to see premium content that you will not find here on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, as I am suspended probably by now. You guys can check out the Patreon at link at the bottom. But advertisement opportunities, definitely email me, gavin.grich1@gmail.com for rates. And for the Patreon, it is the same as the YouTube channel. It is channel gboot2786. All right, I'll holla. Peace.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and you know, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and you know, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. You know, we had a great relationship. You know, Tony Rock was my man. And this is probably irreparable. I spent the
audio that you are hearing, ladies and gentlemen, is from Will Smith. Who earlier issued his apology for slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars. His first time talking about the incident on camera. Obviously, he put out an Instagram post apologizing, and before that, at the Oscars, he apologized to the Oscars, to the Academy, but did not offer an apology to Chris Rock or his family for what he did. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Gavin Richard Presents, a special edition here on channel gboot2786 on Gavin Richard on Facebook and Twitter. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you are blessed and doing safe. Now, some of you family might be wondering, what are we doing talking about Will Smith? This thing is old. Well, as of right now, I just want to show you something if I can. And I'm going to get out of here, but I want you to look at this now. I don't want to actually play the video. What's up, Danielle, while I'm on here, because I don't want to get a copyright strike. But I went here, and this is on his YouTube page, and you can see right there that it is #1 trending all on YouTube. It has garnished over 1.3 million views as of today when it dropped this morning. And you can also see right here, when I go here on Twitter, that it is trending heavily on Twitter as well, via Deadline Hollywood. Will Smith breaks silence, deeply remorseful for Oscar slap. Now I'm gonna finish playing the rest of the audio because there's some things we can pick up on. Now some of you may be wondering, what are we doing talking about this stuff? This is old. Well, it's trending news. It's trending, and it's important to, I think, discuss it, especially since it doesn't necessarily affect black men in general, but it does in the sense that here are two pioneering black uh, Hollywood figures, celebrities, really, and one on his night where he's actually going to be honored for the first time in his storied career in the 30 plus years he's been in the business. It's reduced to a hip hop source awards moment. Now we already seen the video, the clip of him slapping Chris Rock. I won't play it, but I thought there was some things that was interesting, and also I'm going to talk about why I think Will Smith apologized and whether I think it was genuine.
Last 3 months, replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults. After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, I made a choice on my own from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. And say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought all of us. To all my
So here's the thing. He says that Jada had nothing to do with what he did. She didn't say anything telling him to go up there and slap Chris Rock. She didn't have to say anything. All she had to do was roll her eyes and look. All she had to do was look. If you go back and look at the video, because someone was shooting cell phone footage behind Will and Jada at the Oscars, you saw that Jada was after Chris was slapped by her husband. Now, Will Smith is a grown man. He's responsible for his own actions. He's 53 years old. So this is not somebody, I mean, he's young, but he's not young. And Chris Rock is a little older than him. But what you had was Will Smith rolled up on somebody who obviously was smaller than him and slapped the taste out of his mouth over a joke. Now, the look was enough. The look that Jada gave Will was enough. This look, come on. This is all Jada had to do, and Will took a glimpse at her and got up and running. Now, Will is laughing. You can see that there. He's clearly laughing at what Chris Rock had to say. But let's go back and listen some more.
My fellow nominees, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. It happened on Questlove's award, and it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient. What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down? So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and I made a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And you know, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
So Will Smith is apologizing again, says he wants to be friends again. Now, this is what I think of what Will. Oh, let me put me on the screen now. All right. So this is my thoughts. What's up, everybody? So I had a chance to listen to that as you did. It was a 5 minute, roughly a 5 minute clip where Will Smith was talking about uh, what he did, what transpired, and why it transpired, and that he wants to make amends with the world. Make wants to be friends with everybody. I did note how he apologized to Questlove because he ruined Questlove's moment while he went up there and rolled and popped Chris Rock. Now, my whole thing with about it is it takes a big man to apologize and admits he's wrong. Will Smith didn't look like he was apologetic on that night. He didn't look like he was sorry when he was out there getting jiggy with it, partying with his family. You see, everybody, when it happened, everybody was surprised and couldn't fathom what was going on. But then subsequently, as the dust settles, everybody had a chance, a moment to reflect on what the fuck just happened at the Oscars. Now, I was listening to Judge Joe Brown talking about this earlier, and with Valerie Denise Jones, and something he said, actors are not role models. They live in Hollywood. They live in make believe. He's not a fucking role model. So what? Will Smith is looked up. Nevertheless, Will Smith has been a part. These actors and actresses, they've been a part of our lives because we watch television. And if you were a kid in the '90s, you watched Fresh Prince of Bel Air. You saw Independence Day in the films, Men in Black, uh, Enemy of the State, uh, I Robot, Bad Boys. All the Gemini Man, all of these movies he's done. And I thought, I Am Legend, and I think Will Smith is one of the best actors in Hollywood, but he did a punk move. Now, I see some people saying, why is he apologizing? Why do you keep talking about this? We hear about this months later. Here's my thing. The reason why you hear about it months later, let's put it this way. Everybody remembers this incident. Hold on. Y'all remember this? Y'all know who that is. I remember watching this event when it unfolded. Mike Tyson biting Evander Holyfield's right ear. And for the last, I think it wasn't until maybe about 2 years later, probably longer than that, people stopped talking about it. But when that incident happened, there were jokes, there were commercials, there was stand-up routines. Robin Williams did a stand-up routine on it. Uh, Everybody talking about that event. Everybody talking about Mike Tyson biting Evander Holyfield's ear off. You know, fodder for late night television. Jay Leno, David Letterman. Uh, I remember when Keenan Ivory Wayans even had a talk show at one point. They made fun about it. Vibe. Everybody made fun of that. That's not something, and this was before the internet. When they have events like this that transpire, it doesn't stop. And yes, as black people, as black men, they tend to do it overtly, uh, except overtly enough where they play it in so that it remains in the public psyche. I agree with that. But ultimately, Mike Tyson did it to himself. Will Smith did it to himself. And Mike Tyson, although I felt, yes, in watching that fight, I thought Evander Holyfield was fouling Mike Tyson with headbutts. The way you address that is with the gloves, not with fouling the other party back, because then the referee will deduct points from you, which is what Millsway did, and he ultimately disqualified him. Y'all got to excuse me. I'm reading some of the comments. Some chick named Star said "Pursuit of Happiness." Yeah, Ali. Although I thought he did okay with Ali, I didn't think it was outstanding when I saw it, but I thought he did a good job. But Will Smith, uh, you know what he did, and transpired. I saw a man when he talks about how he wants to get back to work and he's addressing this. He's addressing this now because it's a public relations thing. He's getting ready to start filming movies again. I believe they have the movie Emancipation that has already filmed, I believe already wrapped filming. It was shot here in Louisiana and it was about Black Peter and he's playing the main character. And the film had been released, was scheduled to be released this year. They changed it to 2023. And Antoine Fuqua is directing that film. They had dedicated a lot of monies to that. A lot of money, I believe Will Smith is being paid $35 million for doing this. So by delaying the film, that doesn't just hurt Will Smith, that hurts the other actors and actresses that worked on the film that had nothing to do with his actions, although they've been paid in advance already. Y'all excuse me, I'm belching live. I'm sorry. So this is okay. So pick drawaways. I'm saying, frankly, this shit is old that we keep talking about it, but Will is part. This is part of. Hey, actions have consequences. This is part of it. When you're a celebrity in the public eye, people are going to talk. People are going to keep mentioning your faults more than your successes and the good things that you've done in life. And Will Smith should know that. As a black man in Hollywood, he should know better. When he should have thought about that before he put his hands on Pootie Tang. And here I think what he ought to do to make it right. Speaking of Pootie Tang, I think Chris, if he's truly sorry, I think Will ought to give Chris Rock top billing in Pootie Tang 2 and he's starring the film for nothing. I think that's the perfect way Will Smith could pay him back. Right, exactly. What's up, Bishop Scott? He says Bishop Scott says he did not apologize to Chris the night of the Academy Awards. He became apologetic after the public started criticizing him. Remember in this clip, he said he hates when people are upset with him. It is his trauma. Yes, in this clip, he said he didn't want people to think his admirers to think that he was a piece of shit. See, he feels bad because in the world that they are in Hollywood, the land of make believe, people look up to those actors and actresses and want to be like them. They want the lifestyle that they have, to be wealthy, to have money. You know, Will Smith can go to any country he wants and can, you know, the guy, he was staying in India and actually he could stay there probably for free just because of who he is. He go any part of the world. Everybody knows Will Smith. Just like everybody knows Tom Cruise, just like that, on that level. He can command the amount of money that Tom Cruise has because his films have grossed billions of dollars. He's one of the highest grossing actors of all time. And that's what resonates with these producers, with these filmmakers. And so, am I surprised that he apologized? No, I'm not surprised that he apologized. I think that that is part of PR repair. Because why that whole thing, that I'm not going to say that there isn't some symbolism that he is not sorry, but I think he was, and I think people should move on. Do I think Chris, that doesn't not, you know, but do I think that this was genuine? I don't think so. At least I'm not 100% sure. I think that there was some stuff about it that seemed like he wanted to move on with his life, which most people, when they apologize for something, they do. And he said he had reached out to Chris, but Chris says, I'll talk to you later. And that's Chris Rock's right to do so. If Chris Rock doesn't want to talk to him, then hey, move on. I mean, I've had to apologize to people for the way I've acted, and they want nothing to do with me. And it's like, okay, and then that's it. And yeah, I think we should not. This should not be a focus of pop culture, especially now that I'm looking online and I'm seeing that they passed this assault weapons ban. Uh, I don't know the whole bill, but I'm reading that Congress, the House voted to pass an assault weapons style ban. Now, if it goes to the Senate, it may get filibustered and not do anything as what's happened because the Senate stalls a lot of stuff that they have since they have a lot of Republicans in the Senate. And truth be told, I think come this election year, you're going to see more Republicans in the House and in the Senate because people are frustrated. I think most Americans right now are frustrated at the lack of leadership that they have. There is no leadership in uh, Washington D.C. right now. That's on the local level. That's on the congressional level. That's on the executive level. That's on the judicial level. Leadership is just lacking. But y'all think we should just get out of should let it go? What's your thoughts on it? Y'all think people are reading too much into it? Do you think I'm reading too much into it? Do you think we should just let it go, let it be? What's done is done. Do you think Will Smith will bounce back? Do you think he's gonna keep making movies? I think that's without question. That's probably, I think it's without question he's gonna be back making films. Without question, he's gonna be back making movies. Uh, you know, I think really from this, generating from this, he's gonna have more people probably come out to see his films just to check and see how he's just as a result of it. I think more people are even gonna watch the Oscars next year. Just watch. When the Oscars come out, when the Oscars start next year, you're gonna see people tune into the Oscars more as a result of that slap. So that's why a lot of people, some people think it's staged. I didn't think it was staged by the way he reacted. Danielle says, let it go. Tyree says, greetings. Greetings to you. I mean, I'm ready to let it go. It's what it is. But, hey, look, they're going to keep talking. Hey, this is a consequence, though, Danielle. When you do bad and you do it in public like that, people going to talk about it. It's like Tyson and Holyfield, the example I showed you earlier. I mean, they had, I don't know if y'all remember this, but hold on, let me show y'all this commercial. I think it's still up here. Okay. This was in 1999. I want to show y'all something. All right.
Come on out of there, Jam. No, come on out of there now. No. Man, I ain't going out there to fight this guy, man. Those few people, they can just go find another sucker, because I ain't going out there.
He's a changed man. He's had counseling.
I ain't going out there, man. I got eat me alive. I ain't going.
6 weeks of training. What are you kidding me? You got nothing to worry about.
What you mean I ain't got nothing to worry about?
Not going anywhere for a while?
Everybody's waiting. You're hesitating. They just find somebody else.
Grab a Snickers, because nothing handles your hunger better.
Come on out of there.
Hungry? Why wait?
I still remember that. I still remember when this aired. You said you don't want Will Smith to apologize and move on. Well, here's the thing, nerds. Will Smith, what he did, and look, I'm gonna tie this in Chris Rock into this too, because Chris Rock actually gave a statement. He even said, he released a statement and is moving on. He says, I was no victim. I don't go to the hospital for a paper cut. But what Will Smith did was commit a crime. That's called a battery. Everybody saw it. It wasn't, it was not something that you just sweep under the rug because everybody saw it. Now, it is not the focal point in my life. I don't consider it the number one priority, and there's certainly other things we can talk about that are important. But pop culture determines who's elevated and who's not. The people determine who, what news is trending, what they want to talk and what they want to discuss, what's on their minds, and this was one of those. And of course, the media was doing this. The media was pushing that. But Will Smith has himself to blame for that. Actions have consequences. Bishop Scott says, until Chris truly addresses the incident, maybe have a conversation with Will. This be put on the back burner. We have to remember Chris is on the autism spectrum. Yeah, I know he's had some type of learning issue, some type of issue mentally. Let me also say this, though, with Will in that incident, Will Smith never really apologized to Chris Rock. His PRs had issued statements that he had put on social media, these blank statements that were posted on his Instagram and Twitter. And people called that out because you apologize on Instagram and Twitter, but don't apologize to the man in person. You didn't say anything in person when you got your acceptance speech. You didn't mention him. And you heard his reasons why he said he was out of it. I don't think he was. I don't know if he was out of it or what. I just think he. I think he reacted the wrong way and should have saved his anger for the man that was boning his wife in his house. He should have saved his anger for Jada for bringing him on that red table talk, talking about an entanglement with their son's friend. That's disrespectful. Not a joke about G.I. Jane 2. That was not even that good of a joke. And even Chris Rock said that. Chris Rock joked about Harvey Bardem before that. Hell, Regina King was joking about Will and Jada and their sexual relationship, about their entanglement. So I do want Will Smith to move on, but I don't think he's completely healed. He will never be. He will never let this incident up. This incident is going to. I think. Should it be the only thing he's remembered for? Absolutely not. But when you do things and you mess up like that, unfortunately, people are going to remember that. People don't remember the great things you did. They tend to remember the worst things that you did. Those have a lasting impression. Lamiko says, I'm 52 years old and you never saw that Snickers commercial. Really? You never saw? I remember when this came. I think this was during the Super Bowl.
Come on out of there, champ. No, come on out of there now. No, man, I ain't going out there to fight this guy, man. Those pay-per-view people, they can just go find another sucker, because I ain't going out there.
Tommy, he's a changed man. He's had counseling.
I ain't going out there, man. I gotta keep me alive. I ain't going.
6 weeks of training. What are you kidding me? Nothing to worry about.
What you mean I ain't got nothing to worry about?
Not going anywhere for a while?
Everybody's waiting. You're hesitating. They can just find somebody else.
Grab a Snickers, because nothing handles your hunger better.
Come on out of there.
Hungry? Why wait?
Yeah, and they used Mike Tyson's old trainer, Kevin Rooney. Yeah, I just noticed that. That was a perfect commercial. That was a perfect commercial. Y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. Donate to the Cash App, the PayPal. We're going to wrap this up because I got to run right quick. Don't forget also, if you are in New Orleans area, the New Orleans area, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. live at The Well, we have comedy that is going on at The Well, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on a second. It's the Comedy Night Explosion at The Well. We have a host of comedians and entertainers that will be a host of comedians, entertainers, great ones, ladies and gentlemen, including our brother Kerry B, who will be headlining. We're featuring Brandon Haynes, True Boo, Dean of Orleans, Troy Duchesne, as well as Nature Boy, and did I mention everybody else? Yeah, True Boo, Dean of Orleans, Nature Boy, Troy Duchesne, Dean of Orleans, and Brandon Haynes. Y'all don't want to miss that. That's tomorrow night at 7. Ladies and gentlemen, get your tickets now. Yeah, back then they were unforgiving. Yeah, in some way, I think in some ways, some of them are still unforgiving with stuff. But I saw my man Sean James. Sean, I think, is going to talk about this and take Will to the barbecue. Because Will looks like he still looks like he needs therapy. Will still looks like he's fogged out about all of this stuff, like he's at his wit's end. So what do y'all think? Y'all think Big Willie has apologized enough? You think people should move on? Some of you say should move on, but I think they are going to still talk about this for the rest of the year, unfortunately for Will, until Chris Rock really addresses it. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. Please donate to our Cash App or PayPal. Sorry. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'll holler. Peace.